Good afternoon, Year 4, and welcome to your topic lesson today, which is PE. So, what I thought we'd do in PE today is try and set some records for the Highwood Book of Records. So I've got a whole challenges here for you, and on the assignment you'll find a sheet to fill in with your results. You don't have to do it first time, you can keep doing lots of try and practice and persevere and get better, but fill in the record sheet with your best scores. So remember, this is all about trust. We're trusting you to write down the correct scores and not inflate your scores. So let's have a look at the challenges. Challenge number 1 and 2 is all about throwing. Challenge number 1 is solo. Challenge number 2 is with a partner. So what you need to do on the solo one is you need to get a ball, something that will fit in your hands, or if you haven't got a ball or rolled up socks or something like that, you need to make sure there's space around you so when you're throwing it around, you're not going to break the television or step on the cat or something like that. And what you need to do is get someone to time you for 30 seconds, and you need to throw the ball in the air, and you can see how many times you can throw it in the air and catch it. In order to throw it in the air, the ball must actually leave your hands. You can't just wave your hands around in the air. You don't have to throw it all the way up to the ceiling, but the ball has to leave your hands and then come back into your hands. How many times can you do that in 30 seconds? Challenge number 2 is pretty much the same challenge, but you do that with a partner. So what you and your partner need to do is to stand 5 steps away from each other, and you need to throw the ball back and forth to each other and count how many times you can do that within the 30 seconds. So I'm interested to see how you get on with these challenges. So let's look at challenge number 3. Challenge number 3 is how far can you jump? So remember, again, find some space in your house or in your garden, somewhere nice and safe to do it. Make sure you've cleared things out the way. Don't worry, you're not going to be running on this one. It's just jumping, so you should be okay. So what you need to do is you must stand, jump, and land 2-footed. No leaping through the air with 1 foot. You must stand and jump and land with 2 feet. You're not allowed to take a run up. You stand still, you bend your knees, and you throw yourself in the air as far forward as you possibly can do and land on 2 feet. Then what you need to do is measure from your starting point to the back of your feet, not the front of your feet, because then if you've got massive feet, you've got an advantage. It must go to the back of your foot. Okay, so remember, standing still, 2 feet together, 2 feet flat on the ground, launch yourself as far forward as you can, and you must land 2-footed as well, and you measure how far you've gone to the back of your foot. Okay, so how far can you get? What's your longest distance you can jump? Challenge number 4 is very similar to challenge number 3, except this time we are hopping rather than jumping. So for this one, again, there's no run up. You must stand on 2 feet. You jump forward as fast as you can, but you land on 1 foot this time. We're not landing on 2 feet because that'd be a jump. We're going to hop, so we're going to have to land on 1 foot. And as before, we're going to measure where you got to on the back of your foot that's landed on the floor. If you're really truthful here, it's where you land. You don't land and do a little walk forwards. Okay, it's where your foot landed on the floor. And whichever foot is the one furthest back is the one you measure from. Okay, so very similar to challenge 3, but this time you're hopping rather than jumping. Let's look at challenge number 5. This challenge is all about star jumps. How many star jumps can you do in 30 seconds? So remember, a star jump, to be a star jump, you must actually jump. So as you leave the floor, your feet must actually leave the floor, thrown out to your side, and your hands thrown out to your side. So you start with your hands down by your side, your feet underneath you. You jump up in the air, throw your hands and legs out, and then bring them back together again as you land on the floor. You can't just shimmy your feet around the floor while flapping your arms about. That's not a star jump. That's just a weird wave. So how many star jumps can you do in 30 seconds? And today's final challenge is the most difficult, the treadmill. You're going to need a partner for this one, and a human partner, so no dogs or cats, guinea pigs, slugs, snails for this one. What you need to do is lie down on the ground with a partner facing away from each other, as you can see there. You need to put your feet together, and then you need to make a running motion with your feet. So what will happen is, of course, as you're running, pushing 1 foot down, the other person will bring it up towards them, and you should be able to both be making running motions, wiggling your feet up and down. It's not just put your feet together and bash each other about. You need to get that rhythmic running motion going, so you feel like you're running and you're pushing against the other person's feet. How long can you keep this going for? You need to keep a record. You need to time how long it does. You keep going until one of your feet slips off the other one, or one of you puts your foot on the ground, or one of you gives up. So if a foot slips off someone else's foot, then you must stop the timer. If one of your feet accidentally touches the floor, you must stop the timer. If one of you gives up, you need to stop the timer. How long can you do this treadmill for? And you can't do it really slowly, so you do like one motion every half an hour and say, yeah, I did this for 8 hours, Mr. Hickey. You need to keep up that running motion. Remember, if a running motion means to be doing it quickly. It's not a walking motion, it's a running motion. So, I'm looking forward to see how you get on with these Highwood Book of Records. What I'd like you to do is to fill in the sheet that's been attached to this assignment and send it back so we can say how you got on. And I'll put all that information together and I will send it off to Mr. Hickey. And he can then put it in his Highwood Book of Records. Also, if you're feeling adventurous, record some videos and you can send the videos through to the assignment where the rest of the information, you can send the photos with that one. Or what would be really fantastic is if your parents are happy for you to do that, then they can use their Twitter account and they can post the tweet of you doing the Highwood record straight onto Twitter using the hashtag Highwood Book of Records. Tag in Mr. Hickey on his Twitter account. If you're not sure what it is, it's on our school webpage. And he'll be able to see straight away you doing all the videos or the photographs of you breaking the records. So enjoy yourself this afternoon. How many Book of Records can we break today? Remember, this is the first ones. We're the first year group doing this, so we're going to beat everybody. And then someone else might challenge us, but let's see how we get on. So enjoy your PE this afternoon and let me know how you got on.